Hey guys, what's going on? Attila here with Ravelco again. This time I'm not installing a Ravelco. I'm helping out a close friend who's having starting issues with her Jeep. It's a great Jeep, great condition. It's a 2008, but it had a starting issue where the key wasn't recognized. So if you pulled fuse M13 right here and put it back in, it would start again. So instead of replacing modules and going on this expensive quest, we found the wire that corresponds to that fuse. It plugs in over there. In that plug, it's number 5. It's a solid red wire. So we're wiring up a relay that where this normally is at rest. These two wires are connected, and then we're going to run a ground wire which will trigger this relay inside. You'll also notice that I tied the white and the red together here. The white wire is my positive trigger wire that I'm using on the relay, and this is going to be my negative trigger. So this will always get power coming from the plug, and it's always going to be connected to this unless this wire shows a ground. So the way we do that is a single wire inside. We're going to have a momentary push switch inside. On this, one side is going to be connected to ground, the other one connected to this wire. So as soon as you hit ground, as soon as you press the switch, it sends a ground here, it triggers this relay, which then disconnects that wire for a momentary, however long you hold that switch for. Then once you let that switch go, boop, it closes back up. It's just the same thing as pulling that fuse, but in a much easier fashion. We're going to put some lume on this. All this is going to be covered. When you're buying a relay, make sure you make sure you buy a nice sealed unit. And when you make your connections, make sure you solder and heat shrink everything. It's the only way to do it. It's the best way to do it. I say it's the only way to do it. We're going to run a lume right across there, run inside, make sure we seal that hole, and it's done. And this Jeep, if she has any issues starting going forward, all she's got to do is press that little button. Boom, done. Hey, check it out. I'm all done here. I just tested it because the numbers weren't showing. I put a little switch here. So what happens is when you press that, you'll see that's just like pulling that fuse. It just resets that, whatever module that is, and your truck's back to normal. Hey guys, I just wanted to say this video regarding the Jeep, this is just for informational purposes. You know, we don't offer this service to anyone. This is just to help people out who might be having starting issues with their Jeep and they just want to DIY. One of the questions that I also got is that, can you do it without a relay? Sure. You can extend those wires into the cabin. I prefer to use a relay. That way I only have to run a ground wire to that momentary switch. I would probably use a 14 gauge wire to carry a 20 amp, carry the 20 amp load. I chose to do the relay method. I think it's better. The relay is always at rest, you know, unless you press that little button and then it shoots the ground over and then activates. So it's not like the relay's, you know, working all the time. Again, you know, the plug, as you can see, it's in the one that's closest to the engine. It's in location number 5. It's a red wire. And you'll see as soon as you cut that wire, you'll notice, you know, the truck stops beeping and it'll reset that module. It'll solve your problem.